Hello, welcome to STEM School. Today we are going to talk about project management. What is project management? It is a set of principles that project managers or team leaders use to plan, execute, and manage a project. Now, let's take a look at different project management methodologies. Okay, here you can see the table. I've listed a lot of methodologies, okay, and their focuses. But that's not everything. But I think I've included all the major project methodologies. So let's take a look quickly of this overview, and we are going to talk about each methodology a little bit after this slide. Okay, so the first one, waterfall. It is a step-by-step structured approach, okay, to development. The next one is agile. It focuses on continuous development, okay? And there's the waterfall and agile hybrid. So that's the combination of waterfall and agile together, all right? And critical path method. So that's streamlining project tasks to identify the shortest timeline, okay? So, and there's the critical trend project management. So maximize resource allocation. All right, so and we got the Six Sigma here. So that aims to reduce waste and optimize processes to increase profitability. And the next one is Scrum. So it's a kind of agile. So it focuses on delivering high quality results through iterative process. So it focuses on iterative processes. Okay. So, and we got the lean development here. So minimize waste while boosting productivity. Okay. And there's the lean sigma. So it's a combination of lean methodology and Six Sigma. Okay. And we got the Scrum band here. So I haven't mentioned Kanban, but it's a combination of Scrum and Kanban. So strive to cut down waste, reduce lead times, and improve product quality and service delivery. Okay, and we've got Kanban here. So it's a customer first approach promoting continuous collaboration. All right. So the next one is event chain methodology. So it's about early identification, analysis, and management of potential risks throughout the project lifecycle. Okay. So the next one is extreme programming. So enhance software quality, adaptability, as stakeholder needs evolve. So it's a bit kind of similar to the agile methodology, but it's older than agile. And the next one, we got Crystal here. So the Crystal methodology, it focuses on improving outcomes by emphasizing the human aspect of the projects. So it's quite unique here, focus on the human aspect of the projects. So the next one is feature-driven development. It's being used in many cases. Okay, so handles the complex of large projects by implementing fast, repeatable processes. So it focuses on features. So the next one is dynamic system development method. So aligns project goals with broader organization strategies. Okay. So the next one is adaptive software development. So it enables teams to become more agile and adaptable to change. Okay, that's the adaptive software development. And the next methodology is rapid application development, so RAD. So it centers on user feedback. Okay, so and how well the product meets its objectives. So everything is focused on the user feedbacks. And the next one is rational unified process. So it simplifies development, okay, while mitigating risks, right? So, and then next methodology is Spiral. So uses a risk-based model. Okay, so it uses risk-based model. And there's the final one is Prince2. So it's a flexible methodology with 7 principles and steps and make it ideal for complex projects, but it's time consuming. Prince2. All right, so now let's take a look each one individually. Okay. So first we have the waterfall here. So the waterfall is a traditional linear project management methodology. So we got linear here. So it's a very old one, starting from 1950s. Okay. Consists 5 or 6 sequential phases. So because it's linear, here we got the key phases, right? So we got the requirements, we got the design, implementation, verification, deployment, and maintenance, right? So we got 6 stages here. It could be more, a bit more, it could be a bit less, but that's the fundamentals. All right. So the key here for the waterfall is it requires a kind of checkpoint after each stage. Sometimes it's called toll gate. Okay. So for example, a project team, when they finish the first stage, let's say requirements, so it produced certain documents and meet certain expectations. So after this, there will be a review meeting with the higher level managers, okay, and it's kind of a format of a toll gate, whether everything meet the standard of the organization. Okay, if it meets the requirements, meets the standard, it can go to the next stage. For example, the design stage. Okay, so and if it doesn't meet the standard, then the project team needs to go back to the requirement stage and fulfill the missing piece. Okay, so for example, they could miss the detailed requirement documents, so they need to create that document, for example. All right, so after each stage, there is the toll gate. All right, so it's quite linear. So the downside of this is it takes really long time to finish a project, and with the current market evolvement, it's very rapid currently, and the competitors, they react quickly. So the waterfall methodology is not very practical in many cases. So that's why it comes the agile methodology. Okay, so agile takes a flexible and fast-paced approach to project management. Okay, it's flexible, it's fast-paced. So design for project needs adaptability and continuous improvement. All right, so there's the prioritize, right? So people and interactions over process, working solutions over documentation, collaboration over negotiation, flexibility over strict plans. So there is no strict plans with agile. So everything is a bit vague at the beginning, and it becomes more detailed during the project. So that we can implement different changes during the project. So that's really the good side of the agile. So again, the negative side of agile is it sometimes there is few documentations, okay, and there is no strict plans, makes it's not quite visible from overall project perspective to higher level management. Okay, so but with the iterative process of agile, it makes the project flexible, that it could adapt to any market change or any customer requirements change. Okay, so and let's take a look at the next one. So there is the waterfall and agile hybrid. Sometimes it's called WAGILE. Okay, it's a combination of waterfall and agile. So many projects, it requires, not just agile or not just waterfall. So sometimes, for example, the requirement phase, the planning phase, it requires the waterfall model. but while we development, design, implementation, deployment to production, and maintain the features or the products, we could divide the huge product into small pieces and make it to the production one by one. So it's more flexible and adaptive and easy and quicker to implement. So that's why there's the waterfall and agile methodology to adapt to the fast development environment. Okay. So, and let's take a look at the next one. It's the critical path method. Okay, so it's a step-by-step approach for managing projects with independent tasks. So focus on identify the longest sequence of critical activities, the critical path, to ensure timely project completion. So basically, it identifies the critical path of the project and try to focus on that because it's the longest timeline through the project, and there's the dependency between those critical tasks, right? So we need to identify them and make sure they finished on time. Otherwise, the project will be delayed definitively, right? So there's the to find the critical path in CPM. We got the breakdown projects into tasks, right? So identify dependencies between tasks, create a flow chart of all activities, right? Estimate the duration of each task, okay? Then calculate the critical paths, right? So basically add them together and determine the slack time. Okay, so how long task can be delayed without affecting the project. So it's basically for the other tasks that could be kind of a bit extended. So if the other tasks which are not on critical path are extended too long, the task could be the critical task in that case. So it will affect the critical path, right? So that's about the critical path, the CPM. And the next one, critical chain project management, CCPM. Okay, so it focuses on optimizing resources, okay, use rather than project activities. Okay, so buffers are added to ensure timely completion without compromising safety. So success depends on efficient resource use and stakeholder buy-in, right? So that's from the different perspective. So CCPM processes, so identify the critical paths, use CPM, okay? So part of the CPM, right? So, and then allocate resources for each task, right? So it allocates resources and then add buffers. So it's a resource forecast methodology, all right? So, and let's take a look at another one. So Six Sigma. So Six Sigma, developed by Motorola, aims to eliminate waste, improve processes using data-driven techniques. It has three main approaches. Okay, so define, measure, DMAIC. Okay, define, measure, analyze, improve, control. DMADV, define, measure, analyze, design, verify. DFSS, design for Six Sigma. Okay, so those are the main approaches of Six Sigma. So through the effective at improving quality and reduce costs, Six Sigma's rigid framework can limit creativity and delay projects. Okay, it's suited for large organizations, focus on efficiency and process improvement. Okay, so that's where Six Sigma should be implemented. All right, and we got the Scrum here. So that's special. Nowadays Scrum has been implemented mostly in different IT projects. I mean everywhere. So it's part of the Agile framework. So we talked about Agile before. So it's designed for small interactive teams. So teamwork in sprints, we have a lot of terms here. So we definitely gonna talk about Scrum more in our other sessions. Okay, so please subscribe my channel to monitor that. So we got sprints here. to tackle the prioritized tasks. So as a Scrum Master, so we got Scrum Master, not a project manager, so guides the process, okay? So we got stand-up meetings, which usually what's been done, what are you going to do today, any blocking issues. Those are the three main topics for stand-up meetings, okay? So the team member will share progress and address obstacles. So each team member would just talk about those three objects individually. That's for the stand-up meeting. And at each end of the sprint, okay, each sprint, there will be sprint retrospectives, and there will be sprint planning for next sprint, okay? So a Scrum can struggle in large group of team roles aren't clarified, defined, leading to scope creep or project failure. So yeah, it's just part of the agile issue. So but the benefits is way more than the issues to use this methodology. Of course, we're gonna talk more about this. Okay. So next one is Lean methodology. Okay. So originally developed by Toyota, focus on reducing waste while maximizing output and stakeholder value, right? So it started in manufacturing. So Lean is now used across industries too, but because it's focused on reducing waste, improving quality, sharing knowledge, continuous improvement, and so on. But still, to my understanding, the best to use it is in manufacturing industries. Okay, so the core goal is to enhance efficiency, lower cost, empower employees through continuous improvement, and often using Kanban framework. Okay. And Lean Six Sigma, it's just a combination of Lean and Six Sigma to enhance customer focus, aiming to boost business efficiency and instant value stream. It works to refine process, eliminate waste, and cut defects. Okay, so it's a combination of the good side from both Lean and Six Sigma to try to improve both methodologies. Okay. So the next one, Kanban. Kanban is a lean project management method that promotes ongoing collaboration and continuous improvement. All right. So it uses visual boards. So Kanban uses visual board and cards to track tasks through stages such as completing, progress, and pending. So it's not. So the visual board is not just being used in Kanban, it's used in Agile, in Scrum. So it's really a good method to use during project management. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this more during the Scrum and Agile methodologies later. So Kanban provides a clear view of the project workflow, showing who is working on what and status of each task. So tasks are presented by cards and moved through columns of a board and reflecting their progress. So basically there are a few sections and task is moving through the sections. Okay, that's Kanban. And next one, we got event chain methodology. So ECM, so it's an alternative to CPM and CCPM. Okay, so it's focuses on identifying, analyzing, and managing potential risks. Okay, at the beginning of the project. All right, so it's focused on risks. So there are 6 key principles. Identifying events, their timing, status, pinpoint critical events, mapping the event chain, monitoring its progress, and quantifying its impact. Okay, so that's about risks. The next one, we got the extreme programming. So it's a bit like the old version of the Agile methodology. So the method aims to enhance software quality and function as the stakeholders' needs evolve. So there's the change of the requirements, and the extreme program XP methodology tries to adapt with those changes by continuous improvement. So there is continuous change during the project to adapt to those requirement changes. Okay, that's the extreme programming. And we got the Crystal. So Crystal, an agile methodology created by IBM, emphasizing improving project outcomes by focus on human side of the project. So that's where Crystal focus. Otherwise, it's a agile. So it centers on team members' skills, ability, and collaboration. Okay, so teams are capable of identifying and improving workflows. Every project is unique, making teams best suited to determine the most effective way to complete the work. So it really relies on the human side, their skills, their abilities to fulfill the projects. Okay, that's Crystal. So the next one is feature-driven development. Feature-driven, it's been used, I would say, everywhere, not just through the waterfall, also in agile. So was created for large-scale projects, but can be applied to projects of any size. So why large-scale usually? Because it tackles the complexity of bigger projects by establishing quick, repeatable process that smaller team across an organization can manage in short frameworks. Okay, so key steps including creating an overall model and then listing features, right? So and planning around those features. So it really breaks the bigger project into small features, and planning around it, design the features and building the features. And so it's concentrate on the features. Okay. The next one is Dynamic System Development Method, DSDM. Okay, so was created for aligned projects with broader company goals while ensuring measurable business benefits. So 8 core principles. Okay, so prioritizing business needs, ensuring timely delivery, emphasizing collaboration, keeping quality as a priority, building incrementally on strong foundations, adopting iterative development process, promoting clear and continuous communication, maintain control throughout the project. So it's basically the principle covers everything. All right. So the next one is adaptive software development, ASD. So helps team becomes more flexible in managing change. So it focuses on change, promotes continuous learning to enhance the development processes. Okay, so operates through 3 phases, right? Speculation, collaboration, and learning. So that's the ASD 4. The next one is rapid application development. So it centers on gathering user feedback. Okay, we talk about, so it focuses on user feedback through testing to ensure the product meets its intended goals. The process starts by identifying the requirements, then quickly developing prototypes. So we got the prototypes and user can test on that. And then we collect the user's input. And then based on the feedback, we can just adjust the prototype, and finally becomes the final product. So that's rapid application development. And there's the rational unified process. Okay, so it streamlines product development and minimizes risks. Okay, making it ideal for software projects. Unlike waterfall, RUP uses 4 iterative phases. So inception, collaboration, construction, and transition. Okay, so during each phase, stakeholders' feedback is constantly gathered to refine idea and clarify requirements. So it's a bit different from the waterfall, right? So waterfall, we get the requirements at the beginning and then working on that. So the users won't see it usually until the user acceptance test stage, UAT stage. But here it's like constant, involve users to refine ideas and clarify requirements. So there's the visibility by using this methodology to the end users. Okay. So the next one, Spiral. Spiral model merges waterfall with iterative approach to enhance adaptability for team. Okay, so it's a combination of waterfall and iterative approach. So analyze includes 4 stages: analysis, risk evaluation, execution, and planning. So ideal for long-term high-risk projects. Spiral involves frequent risk assessment and review at each stage. Okay, so there's some special about this methodology. And finally, we got the PRINCE2. Okay, so the PRINCE2 stands for Projects in Controlled Environment. It was developed by UK government in 1996 as an adaptation of the waterfall. Okay, so it came after the waterfall methodology, guided with 7 principles. We got the 7 key steps here. Okay, so starting a project, directing a project, initiating a project, controlling a project, managing product delivery, managing stage boundaries, closing a project. Okay, so those are the key process steps of PRINCE2. So that's the conclusion of this session, and I've just introduced briefly about all of the main methodologies. And in the next sessions, we are going to take a deep look into some of the major methodologies which are currently used in our daily practices. That's everything for today's lesson. Please click like if you like this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.